Hi, welcome to my review of Green Room, directed by Jeremy Saulnier, a thriller that centers on an underground punk rock band whose members, out of complete desperation for money, agree to play at an Oregon roadhouse exclusive to white supremacists. However, just after performing, the band members become witnesses to a murder backstage, and as a result, their lives become endangered as they are forbidden to leave. As I've already said, Green Room is directed by Jeremy Saulnier, who directed 2014's Blue, and although I may feel a little bit different about the film if I were to rewatch it today, back when I saw it, I wasn't the hugest fan of it, and that does happen sometimes. You know, sometimes you watch a film, you don't know what to think about it at first. I found it to be a very quiet, very slow-paced film with some rather oddly placed bits of dark humor sprinkled throughout. Though that's not to say there aren't any things that I didn't like about Blue, particularly its blue palette, and some rather extraordinary moments of suspense. But what I really like about Green Room is that it takes what I liked about Blue Ruin, which was the use of suspense, and applies it here, but more effectively, in my opinion. And to add on to that, this is a pretty intense film all throughout. And unlike Blue Ruin that takes its time to get going, Green Room in comparison moves much more urgently because of the well-beings of its characters are constantly put at risk. And it's really not so much so that I found myself being gravitated towards these characters that come across as people with personalities, because to be honest with you, there's really not much there. But what pulled me in was seeing rather decent people being placed in a situation that is rather unwinnable. So in other words, it really feeds off of that basic human desire to see people in such a situation prevail. I should also mention that Green Room is violent, but it's not what some would refer to as gratuitously violent. There's some pretty nasty stuff in there, but it's nothing in the realm of torture porn, nor are there shots in the film that linger longer than what is necessary. Though what's really an achievement for this film is how it constantly plays with its audience, most specifically with Blue Ruin lead Macon Blair, and especially the neo-Nazi leader played by Patrick Stewart, who really comes off as a modestly charismatic, reassuring sound of reason amongst a pack of wolves. You really don't know who you can trust, and it's not like these neo-Nazis are played out to be just a bunch of dumb skinheads. No, these guys are very smart and they are ultra thorough, which makes them quite threatening. And not to mention that these guys are like pretty fucking nuts, and there's one scene in particular towards the beginning of the movie featuring Macon Blair that really had me impressed just how tightly these guys work. Now, one common complaint that I heard about 10 Cloverfield Lane was that they thought the Mary Elizabeth Winstead character was a little too unrealistically quick on her feet, and for those people, I give you Green Room. Our heroes in Green Room are what some may deem to be more authentic, which means there is some human error there, but it's nothing that merits a facepalm. In fact, they're really smart. And in case you do not already know, the group leader is played by the late Anton Yelchin, who died on June 19th. And I must say that he is great in the movie for what the movie allows him to do. And he's always been one of those smaller actors I've enjoyed watching. Obviously, it goes without saying that what happened to him was a complete tragedy. He died in a very freak accident. And if this really is the final time that I see him in a leading role, then he went out with a great film. The kind of quality of a film that most actors don't unfortunately get. Overall, if you're somebody who enjoys low-budget bottle films or thrillers, which I have to say 2016 has done a great job at providing us with, then I would recommend this film, especially given that it's now available to watch at home. So with that said, I'm going to give Green Room a good 4 out of 5. If you are somebody who has seen Green Room, then do let me know your thoughts on it, and as always, I'm Colin Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.